good tunes, and I'm like, hey, dick jokes, huh? Who's ready for some fucking dick jokes? They're really great dick jokes, though. Yeah, it's great to be here. I'm not from Toronto. I'm like a tourist in town. I'm from Montreal. And my favorite part about Toronto so far is like all these weed rooms you guys have. Like you guys got like just weed rooms where you can go and smoke weed, and there's usually a comedy show. So I performed at a bunch of these shows, and the best part about these shows is that there's always like some old school hippie in the back just like doing weird things with weed that you've never seen before. Like I was out back with the show, I was waiting to get on, this old hippie guy turns to me, he's like, hey, you want to smoke some hippie crack? And I was like, oh fuck yeah, I guess, I've never had hippie crack before, let's do this. You shouldn't smoke hippie crack, apparently. Hey, what's up?
I love the hippie crack.
Thank you. See? Good, you can just do whatever the fuck you want to a comic. You can't do that, you can't do that with a guitar. Like, no one's just gonna go and like, yeah, baby! Comic, they have no respect for our art. That's okay, yeah. So hippie crack, I don't know, I've been smoking weed for like half my life, and you guys have dabs? Yeah, dabs? You guys have dabs here. I had no idea what a dab was until this hippie pulled out his like fucking giant wizard bong and starts like blowtorching it, then pulls out this earwax and he's like, just start hitting it. So I hit it and I start coughing for 20 minutes and I was so fucking high. I didn't know you could freebase weed. Like that's what it was like. It was like freebasing weed. It was fucking insane. I understand why I was out of a wizard pipe too, because like I turned into a wizard. I just lost track of time. I just disappeared for like 2 hours. Like it was so horrible. I woke up, like I blacked out, woke up in an alley with like a jar of dab and like fucking a sense of shame and like Burt's beeswax all over my lips. Like I didn't know what the fuck happened. It was horrible. Sucking on some dreadlocks, I think that's what I was doing. Some dirty white person dreadlocks. I love weed though. My favorite part about weed is weed stories. Yeah, my favorite part, weed stories are the best. You know when your friend calls you up and tells you his weed story? He's like, yeah man, last night I got high, then I missed the bus. And that's it, that's the whole story. Like that's his whole night. He got high and then he missed his bus. You know, that's a great story, but you'll hear these drunk stories, especially like with kids. Like there's some drunk teenagers at the bar, like, yeah man, last night we got blacked out drunk, got fucked up, we smashed down a bus stop and pissed all over a homeless guy, and people like high five, and everyone's like, well, you know, alcohol's legal, kids will be kids. I tell my bus missing story, people are like, Morgan, you're a fucking pothead, you need to get your life together. You need to make those buses, sir, like what the fuck? Don't get me wrong though, I like to get blackout drunk, you know? I like to get blackout drunk every now and then, but I get blackout drunk like a fucking adult. I drink a bottle of whiskey at home alone and I smash my own things because I'm a fucking grown-up. I don't bring that out there, you keep it inside, you know? You like drink a bottle of whiskey, then you stumble to bed, you put a knee through your laptop computer machine, and then you just pass out. And then the next day you pop that bitch open, there's just a knee hole in it and 3/4 is blacked out. There's just a knee hole and only 1/4 works, but it's enough to like drag your iTunes over and you play your depressing ass playlist. And you cry and you sing to Enya because you own nothing like a fucking adult. That's how I roll. I guess it'd be Tool here. Was it Tool? Man, I'll finish with this one. I think like out of all the addictions, I think gambling is the worst addiction. Like drunks and people who do drugs are way worse for society. But I think gambling's the worst addiction just because they have the worst stories. Like, have you ever worked with a gambler? They have the most boring fucking stories ever. Like you'll hear a drunk story, like someone's drunk story.
I got a drunk story.
Yeah, I bet you got more than one, lady.
I was gonna high five you in the face.
Oh yeah, but you wouldn't hit it. You just like go to the side and fall down. You know, like this lady will tell you a drunk story and it'll be like fucking wilded out. Like, drunk stories are always really sad, but they're great stories. Like my friend, like you'll hear a story like, yeah man, last night we got blackout drunk. I punched Greg in the face through Rick's window. Rick gets mad, kicks us out, so we go to the bar, right? Go to the bar, get some cocaine. We get that cocaine from the cocaine bar, steal a fire extinguisher, smash through the front window, steal a car, driving down the street, I'm doing bumps of cocaine, I decide to fuck the fire extinguisher, my dick gets stuck, we run over a dog. Well, at least I thought it was a dog, turns out it was a baby, turns out the cocaine was ketamine. Like, that's a fucking good story. Like, that's a great story. But you'll hear, like, gambler stories. Like, I work with some degenerate gamblers, and they just have the worst stories. Like, last night we played poker. He had an off suite in the pocket, you know, came in through the back door, bad, beat me like a donkey, treat me like a donkey, screwed me like a donkey, huh? You're like, what the fuck? What kind of story is that? Then someone else will hop in, his other buddy is like, oh yeah, and then you had like the 2 2s, right? Pair of 2s, I had the 2 10s, ace high, and then on the flop river, you get another 2, bad, beat me like a donkey, screw me like a donkey. I'm like, what the fuck, you got math in your story? This is the worst story in the world. I'm trying to make it better in my head too. I'm like, so who fucked the donkey here? Come on, like let's make this a story. Oh, there was no donkey fucking? Did I ever tell you about the time I got my dick stuck in a fire extinguisher and murdered a baby? That's how you tell a story. My name's Morgan O'Shea. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Morgan. That's funny shit. That is funny shit. And I'll have a drunken story for you in a couple of hours from now. My Wednesdays are always all fucked up. I wake up with like one eye looking this way. Yeah, I don't work on Wednesdays anymore. Morgan, that was funny shit. Thanks a lot. Come back again. Up next we have Troy Stark. Troy Stark coming up. Everyone give him a round of applause.